Hey, it's Marissa. Last but not least, in this video, we are going to be customizing our reviews template. So what I would recommend, first of all, is just creating a duplicate page. So you have the original and then you have your version. And once you finally get your version, you can save that. But I would always recommend you just duplicate a copy so that you can you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but then also you have your original copy just in case you move a couple things around a little too much. So I recommend duplicating the copy. That's right up here where it's got the plus sign. If you just add a page, it's just going to add a blank page for you. So we're going to customize our reviews template right now. I am going to make this kind of more of a black theme. So I'm going to click on this element right here is all one piece. I'm going to make that black. And then I am going to make the background black as well. And, oh, just kidding. I'm going to make this white. I was like, oh yeah, something is definitely wrong. I'm going to make my text all white so that it sticks out when I make the background black. So we're going to come over here. And what I'm doing is once I'm clicking one thing, I'm holding down the shift key so that I can select multiple things. So now I can come over to my background now that we have everything changed white, and I'm going to change it to black. So now we can see that we can see our text a lot better. And then this right here is just a white rectangle over the top of another picture. So if you wanted to change out the picture, move the rectangle, and then we'll come over to photos. I would recommend searching interior design or kitchen, living room, home, anything like that. And then I would recommend also using a picture from the inside of a home, especially if you're in a more unique location. Like we're in Wisconsin, for example, so I don't want to use a picture that has palm trees in the picture of the house. It just doesn't make sense for a location. So I'm just going to use a picture of the inside, and then I'm going to drag it back, make sure it's lined up right alongside and it's not coming over or not far enough. And then I'm going to change this rectangle to black. So from here, I can adjust the transparency of this rectangle. If I go all the way up, it's going to be really solid. But if I go down a little bit, it's going to make that image behind it a little more see-through. So I really like how that is looking. And then if I want to change the color of my logo up here, and obviously if you're not with Keller Williams Fox Cities, be sure to switch out this logo to your own. And if you are in a similar situation where you need to change this now to white, you go to Edit Photo, Effects, and this effect is called Duotone. So I'm just going to come and change the highlights and shadows to white, and then I'm going to keep the intensity at 100%. That is going to change my logo to white. And then I'm going to change that little text box below also to white. So that is how you would customize this template. And the way that everything is laid out, if you want to see where it all is in reference to each other, you can go to positions and layers, and it will show you what is at the very top and what is at the very back. So if I wanted to click on this image right here, now I have the image, I could bring it in front of that rectangle, or I could bring it behind. And if I want to switch out my headshot, I have a folder of headshots, and I would just drag my picture in until it populates in there. And then if I double click in here, I can actually crop it. So I can make myself a little bit closer. So we don't need like my whole body in there. We'll just do my head. And that is how we would adjust that. Double click in here, enter your email, your phone number, change the name, and then same thing in here. You'll double click in here. If you do Control A or Command A, I believe it's Command A. I don't have a Mac, so bear with me. But if you're on a Windows computer, it's Control A. Once you're in the text box, it will select everything. So now that I have everything, I could go to my document where all my reviews are, or Realtor.com, Zillow, Facebook, wherever my reviews are. And then I could Control C. I would just select my review, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste in here. And then I do just have this first line bold just for a little dimension, a little bit like Marissa took great care of us. Like that's what you see first. But if you don't want it like that, you can just click on the bold, and then you could also change the font size back to it's 29.8 on these lines. So this is actually super important because once you get your review in there, if you do want a similar look like this, like the Marissa took great care of us, what you need to do is press enter at the end of this line. If I go back, now it is just going to be like this, which still looks fine. It's totally still looks fine. However, if I want the Marissa took great care of us bigger than the rest of my text, I'm going to go back just so there's no space, and then I'm going to hit enter. So now this is on a completely different line. Now this is going to let me adjust the size of this one line apart from the rest of it. So that's how I made this, and that's very important to note. That is not really probably a beginner thing. So sorry about that. If you're struggling, I hope you are here watching this video on how to do it. And then this is just italic. You could change it from non-italic to italic. And then this also just is a time saver. Uppercase or lowercase. So if you have stuff in here that is not like, it's not all uppercase, it's kind of just like normal text. If you click this button right here, it will just change everything for you. So I really like the look of that. And then you don't have to go back and retype everything with caps lock on. Just click this uppercase shortcut. And then once you are content with your design, you can come over to share, download. I would recommend saving in PNG or JPEG format. Make sure you have just this current page, page 11 in my design, selected, or you could download all of them if you want. You would just do all pages. And then you would hit download, and then it would start downloading to your computer. From there, you can email it to yourself or message it to yourself and post it from your phone. Otherwise, you can go ahead and post it from your computer as well. So that is how you update your reviews template.